Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today we're in a different spot because I'm on my bed right now. Let me talk about this. I've mentioned this book several times before, mainly like my book hauls and my KU to physical buys videos, but I don't think I've ever went in depth with the book and why I really loved it. Well, that book is by Adelaide Forrest and it's Bloodied Hands. This is from the Bloodied Crime Syndicate, and this is the first book in the syndicate. In the series. I read the first and the third because of tropes that I thought I would love. But obviously, since you don't see the third book in any of my book hauls, I did not buy the physical copy because it just wasn't for me. But it has been some of my other booktubers' favorites, and this book has been it's up there, but it's not like their favorite. Well, this is my favorite, and mainly because, well, first off, let me just tell you the tropes in here. This has dubcon. This has tampering. This has breeding. This has a very possessive and almost captive vibes when it comes to their relationship. So let's just talk about this. So we start off with Mateo and Ivy. They have been dating in high school. I think it's the last year. She's been a virgin the whole entire time, and they finally get together. He's just this guy who she's been wanting. He's possessive. He's kind-hearted. He's everything she would want in a boyfriend and maybe a future partner. I think it's the day after she's given her virginity, or it's a week later, something has happened. He is sitting her down in front of the school and he's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. It's devastating for her. First of all, she just gave her virginity to this guy who she thought she loved. She thought he loved her, and then all of a sudden, now that he's gotten it, he's completely changed. He gets up and leaves and goes to the school popular girl, the girl who he gets around with and all that kind of stuff. And she doesn't talk to him for I think a decade. So then we fast forward and she's doing her own thing. I think she's one of her little quirks is she cooks a lot. I think she stress bakes. And so she just bakes a lot, cooks a lot, and then has to invite her friends over for free food because she just cooked too much. I forgot what her actual occupation is. Maybe it's an interior designer or something, or maybe she worked at a bank. So this is 10 years later, and this is dual perspective. So 10 years later, she is going to the bank to, I think, deposit some money or take some money out. And the bank she goes to happens to be getting robbed while she's there. And then the robbers are telling her when to get on the floor, and she's super scared. Then one of the robbers literally looks at her and's oh no, okay, please tell Mateo we didn't know you were here. Please let him know that we are leaving. We didn't do anything to you, but please just tell him that we did not mean if we knew you were here, we would not have done it this day. And so she's just what are you talking about? And then they go Mateo has told us that you're on the no harm list. And then she's just why is this guy from 10 years ago, my high school sweetheart, telling, like, why does he have me on like a no harm list? I haven't spoken to this guy since we broke up in high school. So she decides to confront him. Now we go to Mateo's side. Mateo, he has not settled down. His family wants him to settle down, but he's just like, no, you guys gave me an ultimatum and I chose what to do. So I left the person that I truly loved behind and came for the family. So don't tell me to settle down, because if I would have settled down, I would settle down for this one person. So don't try to throw girls at me, because I won't take it. That's the one thing I'm not changing. I did this for the family. I sacrificed my love for the family. So now you're trying to tell me that you want me to settle down? No, not doing it. That's his point of view. He has thought of her, like, no heart. Like, it's been 10 years and he's still thinking about her. So Ivy goes, confronts him, and then he sees it as a sign. Like, this conversation with his family just happened a couple of days ago. And then all of a sudden, Ivory comes back into his life. And he's just like, this is a sign. She's meant to be in my life now. I'm going to make this happen. And this is like when my tropes come in, because I just love the possessiveness, the unapologetically anti-hero he is. He's willing to do whatever it takes to get this girl, the woman he's in love with, to be with him no matter what. No matter if she says no, she'll say yes eventually. But he's just going to just do it and does not care about her feelings. I love that about some of my heroes. Like, the best ones are like Dare from Even If It Hurts, Carter from Untouchable, Noah from Truly. Like, it's just like all these guys have these like characteristics that make them, like, in the real world, like, you would not want this guy. But in the book world, it's just romantic. So, yes, he is just going to have her no matter what she says. And this is basically their love story, because she does get back with him. There is some challenges because, first of all, she has a best friend who's been in love with her since high school, and he hasn't stepped up until Mateo comes back into her life. Then we have a villain who has found interest in Ivory because Mateo is interested in Ivory, and that leads down a very troubling road. And we also get a glimpse of some of the characters that are going to be in the series. But the one that I was more interested in, the one that made me want to read book 3, because it's his book, is his disciplinary guide. He's crazy. Like, he is like very unapologetically him. He does not care. He has been in love with a woman since he met her on accident, but she was married, so he stalked her for years. And then when her husband dies, because he dies in this book, when her husband dies, he waits a year, but he has taken over her whole entire life. He's bought the building she lives in. He pays very big money at her children's school so he can have information on the children. He has everything that has to do with her house. He has a hand in. He even put literally cameras in her house. For years, he's been watching this woman. And so finally, a year after her husband dies, he decides to just take her and he built this house for her and her kids and him. And he brings her kids to the house and tells them, like, hey, you're gonna be living here from now on with myself and your mother. And then he takes their mother to the house and tells her, you're not leaving here. You don't want to ruin your children's lives. They love it here. It's crazy. I thought I was gonna like it, but I did. But yeah, he's in here and you'll see how crazy he is, which I fell in love with that. But then as I read his book, I was just like, But yeah. But Mateo is really, really good. So like I said, there is Dubcom, non-com, because she doesn't want it. She just lets it happen. Tampering with her birth control, and obviously breeding because he wants to trap her. But I definitely did like this book. It was really, really good. I think I gave this either 5 stars or 4, a high 4. But I definitely recommend. I do know that like a lot of people don't like dark romance that has some of these tropes in it. But please read the trigger warnings, because these are like, if you don't like dubious consent, tampering, then this book wouldn't be for you. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, my name is Lady Lauren Explorer. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. So please subscribe so you can figure out what new videos I'm going to have up. I hope you enjoyed this. I will say that like I'm reading an anthology right now, and you're actually like, the book is on top of this, well, underneath this. Like, hold on, let me get the book. So this is the book I'm reading. This is the Mystic Book Box Special Edition. This is book 1. I took the dust jacket off because I'm reading it. I don't like reading it with the dust jacket on. But this has full-length books in here, like Even If It Hurts by Sam Mariano. And what I'm reading right now is Forbidden Deviant Games by Lucy Score. Mainly because I've already read and have Even If It Hurts by Sam Mariano, which is great. So I will probably be doing like individual videos on these books. I know I'm gonna do a video on Even If It Hurts by Sam Mariano, but I want to have all editions of the books because I did get the special edition from her and I really want it. I want to show it off. So yeah, but this is what I'm reading right now. I'll probably read volume 2 later on, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.